what's up? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Cassie and this is Catching Up with Cass. In today's video, I decided that I wanted to purchase and try out the e.l.f. Retro Paradise collection. I really love the theme of this collection. I thought it was really fresh and fun, something that I haven't seen in a while or really haven't seen at all. I love the retro theme, the kind of glitchy marketing that they did on the campaign. I love the holographic detailing that they have on the packaging. And I do love plastic packaging instead of cardboard. Some people say that that seems less expensive. Some people say it's more expensive. I like it because it's easy to clean. But I thought it was a really fun collection that I was super interested in. So I thought, why not make a video trying some of it on and seeing if I like the products. And also to show you guys if you might like it or not. For those of you guys that do not know, e.l.f. is a cruelty-free and vegan brand. I am a firm believer that all brands should be cruelty-free, and I did see the industry in the past couple years take a big turn towards that. And good news, e.l.f. is a drugstore brand or a very affordable brand. You can find it at any local drugstore and also at Ulta, and of course at the e.l.f. website. I threw on this shirt because I thought it kind of gave me retro vibes, and I also threw on my bell-bottom pants. This is the final look that I came up with using all of the products that I purchased from this collection. If you're interested in how I got this final look or even in this e.l.f. collection at all, make sure you guys keep on watching. Alright, this is the first time I am opening the box on camera. Here's the box. How do I do this? God, this is hard. Jeez. Ooh.
5 minutes later.
Look at all the layers in this thing. Whoa. Comes with all this fun stuff. Oh cute, they gave me a little hand sanitizer. Let's see if it'll focus. But that's nice. So I did get the e.l.f. Retro Paradise Line and Shine Lip Kit. So this kit comes with the Dream On Lip Gloss In a Moment, a clear gloss with sheer iridescent shimmer, Nude 01 Lip Liner, classic, never goes out of style with this soft nude pink, Nude 02 Lip Liner, conquer the minimalistic look with this ultra flattering nude beige, Nude 03 Lip Liner, get 90s vibes with this deep golden brown lip liner, and Vivid Lip Liner, go bold with this vibrant matte fuchsia. I also got the multi-dimensional face and body shimmer in the shade Soul. Just a highlighter, pretty self-explanatory. I got the Dream On lip gloss in Tropical Fruit Punch. I got the liquid glitter eyeshadow in Flirty Birdie. It's kind of a champagne shimmer. The next thing I got is, of course, the Retro Paradise 18-piece eyeshadow palette. Very cool color story. I've never really seen a palette look like this, which is why it grabbed my attention in the first place. Alright, let's get started. My face is pretty much done already. I did my primer, foundation, concealer, bronzer, and blush because none of that was involved in this collection. I'm going to go ahead and get started with the highlighter. This is the highlighter I chose to use. It's a bit of a champagne, multi-dimensional face and body shimmer is what they call it. It's called Soul. It has a bit more of a peachy pink, rose gold, champagne type of look to it. When I did swatch it before, it comes off really glittery, so if you don't like a glittery highlight, this might not be the one for you, but I don't mind a glittery highlight every once in a while. I typically put highlighter on just the top parts of my face, my nose, inner corners, and what do they call this? The Cupid's bow right here. But it is coming off pretty, but like I said, it is really sparkly. If you don't like that, you're not gonna like this, but it is a pretty rose gold shimmer. Is it blinding? I mean, it's pretty, but it's not like a bam highlight, you know? Okay, so final thoughts on this one. I do like it. I think it's pretty on my face, but at the same time, do I want a very sparkly highlight every day? I don't think so, but I will be keeping this in my collection because I do think that I like it. It's different than really any other highlighter I've tried before, and different from the original baked e.l.f. highlighters. Those ones do come off more of a sheen. This one is a lot more sparkly. I guess after the highlighter, I'm gonna get started with the eyeshadow palette. I am super excited about this eyeshadow palette. It's the thing in the collection that mainly caught my attention. I don't know why, but the makeup community lately, maybe it's COVID-19, I just haven't been excited about anything, not jumping to spend my money on anything, and when this came up, I wanted to spend my money on it, and thankfully e.l.f. is a drugstore brand, very inexpensive, but good quality. Really in the last year, I feel like e.l.f. has been really stepping up their game, so let's see how this eyeshadow palette performs. What do I want to do? I think we're gonna do kind of a peachy moment on the top to kind of go along with my shirt, and then a little bit of a navy blue on the lower lash line, I think. So let's put on my eyeshadow primer and then we can get started. I don't really want to use the bright white sparkly shade called Sea Salt. It just didn't really go cohesively with my look, so I'm just gonna go ahead and use the highlight that I did buy for my brow bone and my inner corner. I think I want to bring you guys in a little closer. Fun. First thing we're going to do is go in with Canvas, this kind of creamy white shade right here. And then I'm just going to put it here, not really precisely above my crease, just as kind of that transition shade to make sure everything blends nicely. The next shade, there is some fallout in the pan. Some people care about that. If things blend, things blend. It doesn't bother me. The next shade that I want to go in with is Dijon. It's probably called Dijon because it's kind of like a mustardy yellow type transition shade. We're going to just pop that right underneath where I put that off-white shade. Again, this is going just right above the crease. It's nothing crazy. It doesn't have a lot of pigment, but it is a good just transition shade. Actually, now that I'm looking at it in the mirror and not on camera, it is showing up a bit better than I thought it was. Okay, after we have just done the transition shade, I am going to go in with a darker crease shade now. It is this shade right here named Spiced. And we're going to pop that, ooh, a lot of dust on that one. In my crease. I just want to be light with it because when you go in with like a darker shade, it can be scary sometimes, but it's actually blending pretty nicely. I personally like when some shades aren't like crazy pigmented, because when that happens, it just sometimes can take a lot of practice to get the shades to look right, and I think when it's not crazy pigmented, it is easier to blend with some other shadows and make some mistakes without feeling like you just messed up your entire eye look because you went in too heavy-handed. So we're gonna add a little bit on the outer corners as well, and then I'm gonna deepen that up with a darker brown shade in a bit. Like I said, we are going to deepen that up just a little bit. What shade do I want to pick? Just go dark with it. Go ahead and go in with Coconut, this dark chocolatey true brown right here, and we're just gonna kind of lightly tap that just in the outer V of the eye. And as you guys can see, that already like deepened up this corner a little bit, and then I'm gonna go back in with Spice just to kind of blend it all together. Okay, now for part of the lid shade, we are going to go in with this peachy shade called Fuego right here. It is going to go on the lid, but I do intend on putting some sparkles on over the top. So we're just gonna pack that on right there and blend it into the crease. I got something in my contact. That's so annoying. I am super tempted to go in with this shade right here. I think it's called Paraiso? Paraiso? I don't know. I should look up what that probably means. I'm guessing it might mean paradise in another language, but don't quote me on that. I do not know for sure. Let me look it up actually. What does Paraiso mean? I was right. Paraiso means paradise. So, okay. I am tempted to go in with that shade, but I really want to use this little guy that I got, so I am going to toss that on over the peachy shade on my lid first. Whoa. I don't want to like shut my eye just yet because it's kind of wet, but it's very pretty. I hope the glitter and shine is picking up on camera because it's very similar to the Tarte glitter eyeshadows. I forget the exact name of those, but I've liked those a lot before, but this even has like similar packaging. Oh shoot, I have hooded eyes, so like when I open my eyes when something's still wet, it's gonna get on the top part of my eyebrow crease. Dry. Clearly Tarte is a more high-end brand, but this is basically the same thing and for a lot less expensive. I will actually throw the price points up on the screen somewhere, but yeah. Oh, and I just noticed that they gave me hand sanitizer and I forgot to put it on, but fun. Make sure you guys are still washing your hands. COVID-19 ain't gone, apparently. This is very pretty and very glittery. I do like it a lot. I think I'm gonna add a bit more of that deep coconut shade in the outer corner, just because right now it's showing a little bit more just pinky here than I wanted. I do want it pink in the crease, sparkly on the lid, but a little bit deeper on the outer V. So going back in with coconut, just lightly, we're going to just dab it right there, not really blending it too far up. Yeah, that's perfect. And again, back in with that same brush that we used Spice Stone, just kind of blending that up, whatever we got on that crease. I wanted to kind of, you guys can't see, stay in the theme of my shirt. It is navy, peach, brown. It kind of reminded me of the retro type look, Retro Paradise palette. And so I wanted to add some of the navy from my background, navy from my shirt. So we are going to do a navy lower lash line. I'm going to hit the lower lash line probably with Royal, Dijon, and Nightlife. So these three right here on the bottom. This is Royal, this is Nightlife, and then back in with that crease shade that we did use that's kind of a yellowy cream shade called Dijon, like Dijon mustard. I am going to take a flat definer brush just to hit very, very closely to my lash line with Nightlife. That is the almost black shade. Anyone like ever really have a cute face when they do this? So again, we're just kind of putting it along the lash line like eyeliner. Even though I'm not really putting anything in my waterline, I am putting this as close to my waterline as I can. Now we are going to take a small but a little bit less dense brush, and then we are going to go in with Royal, which is the more true royal blue shade right there, hence the name Royal, duh. This palette is a little powdery, but I do like the colors that are coming off, so we're just gonna further blend that out with a lighter blue. I did kind of go a little crazy about flicking it up where my pink was, so I am going to blend that out a little bit just with That same brush, nothing crazy. I just don't want it to look like I flicked up the blue a little too far. This palette, like I had mentioned, does have some fallout, so myself, I don't typically do a lot of very colorful eye looks, so I tend to do my eyes last, but with a powdery palette like this, it probably would have been wiser for me to do my eyes first so I could wipe away any fallout, but we're just working with what we got here. So, like I said, we went in with Nightlife, Royal. Now we are going in with that same crease shade that I did use before called Dijon. You know what? I hate mustard. I really dislike it. I'm not really sure why. Can't really decide if I want to do eyeliner or not. You know what, because I did do the navy here, I am going to do a little bit of eyeliner on the top and flick some of the navy blue so it's cohesive along the lash line, because I did flick this up a little bit too much. I'm not really bringing the eyeliner all the way in because I want to give the sparkles their moment. Like I said, after my eyeliner, I am just going to pop some blue over the black, just again to give it more of that navy effect and make my lower lash line more cohesive with the top part of my eye. Alright, this is the eye look pretty much done, all of the eyeshadow. I am just going to pop on some mascara. I don't want to do falsies or anything to take away from the eye look. I don't really wear falsies that much anyway. I just feel like that's a lot of effort for just the day-to-day. So I'm not going to do that. My final thoughts on this palette. I do like it. I do think what you see is what you get. A lot of the shadows in here performed well, I would say. They're very blendable. The shade in the pan is what you get on your eye. The only downside to this palette could be that it was really dusty, or a lot of fallout, if you will, and if you guys don't like that, then you're not gonna like this palette, because pretty much every shade I did use was a little dusty, but that doesn't bother me at all because the shadows on the eye looked fine. Also, because it is dusty, if you're someone like me who tends to do their eyeshadow after their base is done, then I would definitely, if you're planning on doing more of a colorful look, do your eyes first with this palette and then your base second. I realized as I was doing the royal blue and the spice shade on my lid, a little bit of fallout was coming out, so I had to dust that away and fix up my under eyes a little bit. I didn't show it on camera, but that is what I did. So just keep that in mind if you do choose to purchase this palette. But for the price, for 18 shades, I would say that's a steal. And because there's so many different colors in this palette, you have so many different options of makeup looks. This is like a one and done eyeshadow palette that you can put in your bag when you're going on travel, and pretty much can work with any look that you are wearing during your trip. The last thing we have, it's my favorite part, the lippies. I am just gonna pop this on and actually test out all the lip liners and all the glosses for you guys. So I don't know if I'm gonna end up wearing this last, but here is Tropical Fruit Punch. On the lips, you really can't see too much pigment. No. Oh God. It kind of has a fruity scent to it, actually. It smells like, not too overpowering though, because I know a lot of people don't like fruit scents on their lips, but it's not overpowering to where you can smell it when you're actually wearing it, but in the tube, it does smell slightly fruity. All right, on to the next one. My lips might hurt after this. this for my final lip with this look. I am going to toss on the more of a brownie nude lip liner. I think this is Nude 02, but I will verify. So I just want to slightly overline underneath and above, kind of fill it in almost to the middle, but I do want somewhat of an ombre effect towards the middle. And then I'm going to toss on the Tropical Fruit Punch lip gloss in the center, just to have a little bit of a lighter middle than the outside. Alright, this is the final look for the Retro Paradise collection. There were a few items that I didn't purchase, but from what I did buy, I did really like the collection. I wasn't disappointed with anything that I purchased. If I had to take away really only one item because I like all of the other items, it would probably be this one, just because it is super sparkly on the face and I can't even imagine how it might be in the sun, probably even more sparkly. But if you are into sparkly highlights, definitely pick this up because that does the job. However, I'm not tending to put super sparkly highlights on all the time, but I do like it. So I'm not going to return it. I'm not going to toss it away. I do think that it does do what is expected to do, and it would be really fun on your body too, because it does. Well, let's try that actually. I might like that. Onto the eye glitters. I think you should definitely pick this up if this is something that you're into, because Tarte sells this for a much more expensive price, and I would say this is pretty much the same exact thing. This also comes in a few other shades. Adita. Every video. As for these lip liners, I have liked e.l.f. lip liners in the past. I think when I got them a few years ago, they are kind of more of a waxy consistency. I wouldn't say they're very emollient, which means they melt onto your, it's hard to explain. They're a lot more softer on your lips, going on and glide on a lot more easy. These ones have a bit more drag to them, but I don't really mind that necessarily. Sometimes when it has a bit of a drag, it is easier to be a bit more precise. I like that I can sharpen these up. I like that I think all of these shades, well, these three shades are really wearable for a lot of different skin tones. And then hot pink I think looks good on everyone. Some other people may disagree, but I really do like a hot pink lip every once in a while. It's fun to spice things up. So I think this is a great kit to pick up. The only thing I would say is this lip gloss is pretty grainy. As far as the glitters in it go, you can definitely feel it when you rub your lips together. So if that's not something you enjoy, do not pick this up. But it is a great deal for 4 lip liners and a gloss. So best of both worlds, a lot of different colors for a cheap price, and who doesn't like that? And the last item I picked up was the Tropical Fruit Punch Retro Paradise Dream On lip gloss. I think it just enhances my lips a little bit. It is somewhat just sheer. It's not as opaque as the color in the tube, but I do think that it has a nice little shine and just amps up my lips a little bit. That is what I'm wearing right now, and I think it is just a good toss on gloss on top of any nude lip liner. Alright, so that's a wrap for this video. I did really enjoy the collection. I encourage you to pick it up, whether that be on the e.l.f. website, or I did hear that it's coming to Target pretty soon. Hopefully it'll come to Ulta as well, so you guys can get those points if you shop at Ulta. Don't forget to give me a big thumbs up on this video. Turn on my post notifications if you would like to stay caught up with me and my life. And also don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.